guys, it's Tali and welcome back to my corner of the internet. So I'm in the middle of filming the bookshelf organization video that will be up second, but I thought I would go through my entire physical TBR as a separate video just because I know it's gonna be way too long. So behind me here is all my read physical books, and over here, as you can see, is all my physical non-read books, which is a lot. So you can keep count as I go along. I'll tell you the final tally at the end. All I'm going to do is read the name and the author and tell you if it's part of a series or not. As for recommending any of them, I can't really yet as I haven't fully read them, but I can recommend anything behind here. The first three I grabbed, which is the Infernal Devices, I think, series by Philip Reeve. There's 4 books, and I originally was interested in this because of the TV show. Next one still has a bloody tag on it. A House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. Cemetery Boys. This one was super popular, I think 2 years ago, and it's by Aidan Thomas. And then the last one in this pile is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. There we go. Final book in that Infernal Devices. This is kind of going to be a very chill, sat down video because, oh boy, we have a lot of books to go through. So these 3 are the last 3 books in the Harry Potter series. So Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows. I've read the first 4 in this series and I absolutely love it. I've just kind of got big book fear, so dealing with this one is something I want to do this year, hopefully. The next one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. Okay, next one, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. The first book in the Dune series called Dune by Frank Herbert. The prequel book of The Witcher called Season of Storms. Gifton by Layla Suzanne. And The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Coffin and Megan Spooner. You guys keeping track? Because I'm already lost. Next two, A Little Life by Hannah Yanagihara, and Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Specifically, the first one, The Eye of the World. Oh my goodness. Send help, please. Fiona McIntosh, The Champagne War, and the 4th book in the Dune series by Frank Herbert, sorry. Originally I bought this one thinking it was the first one and then realized it wasn't. So until I read the first one and then the following 2 and 3, which I don't own, it's gonna sit on my shelf. Frankly in Love by David Yoon. Solitaire by Alice Oseman, oh my goodness. Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli. The Dressmaker by Rosalie Ham, an Australian classic. And Turning the Stones by Deborah Daly. Next lot. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe's sequel. Aristotle and Dante dive into the waters of the world. Serpent and Dove by Shelby Muharrin. And Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally. This pretty much should be the entirety of the Witcher series. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. The Prince of the Skies by Antonia Ito. Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, a book talk favourite. And The Wheel of Time sequel, New Spring. Series I'm in the middle of, A Game of Thrones. So I'm currently reading A Storm of Swords, but we've got A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons to go. And the start of my Cassie Clare catch-up run. Lady Midnight, Queen of Air and Darkness, and Lord of Shadows, which is the Dark Artificers series. That's it. Okay. Then this is an art book, so technically this is just sort of, it's really pretty. It's for my partner. So you've got all the commissioned artwork of the different book series characters up to a certain point. I think it doesn't include the new series though. And then this is the, I don't actually know the name of this trilogy, but so far published Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron, which I'm currently not up to. So we've got the, oh my goodness, what are you guys called? The Elder's Curses, that's it. The Red Scrolls of Magic and The Lost Book of the White. And then for novellas, we have Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy and Ghosts of the Shadow Market. Shadow of Bone, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, The Duke and I, the first book in the Bridgerton series, and The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee, the final one in the, I think it's the Montague siblings trilogy. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa, Kafka on the Shore by Murakami, and The Poppy Wall by R.F. Kuang. Girls of Fate and Fury by Natasha Negan, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, and Six Crimson Creams by Elizabeth Lim. We've got the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, The Grace of Kings and The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. Then we've got the Broken Earth trilogy, so 5th season, The Obelisk Gate and The Stone Sky. Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir, Marie V. Schneider, Poison Study, and V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, Sherlock, The Complete Novels Part 1, Poems of John Keats, The Black Flamingo by Dean Adder, and Part 2 of the Sherlock volumes. Got The Betrothed by Kira Cass, Normal People by Sally Rooney, Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay. Got Charles Bukowski's The Pleasures of the Damned, his selected poems, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, so book 2 in the Percy Jackson series, and Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. The Wondersmith, the second book in the Nevermore trilogy by Jessica Townsend, a local Queensland author. We've got Skander and the Unicorn Thief by A.F. Stedman, and The Chronicles of Narnia. Technically, I've read half of these, but this is a complete collection of them. Next, Autobiography by Christina Lauren, One Last Stop by Casey McCriston, more books by George R. R. Martin, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms or Dunk and Egg, and Fire and Blood, which the very popular House of Dragon show is based on. We've got the first 2 books in the Nevernight trilogy by J. Kristoff. Phillips Pullman's His Dark Materials, again in a compilation series, compilation book. And then Ikigai, The Secret to a Happy and Long Life. Next we've got True Bastards and Free Bastards by Jonathan French. The Unspoken by A.K. Lockwood, and Forging Silver into Stars by Richard Camera. A very popular one, A Court of Thorn and Roses. Then Girls of Storm and Shadow, the second one in the Paper Girls trilogy. Goth Ghoul Hollow by Anna Stevens. Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. 9 Days by Tony Dorden. And The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stig Larsson. The Darkest Part of the Woods by Ramsey Campbell. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Greek Myths and Roman Myths, and The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. So, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyle. F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Pillow Thoughts 3, Mending the Mind by Courtney Pepinell. Charles Bukowski's Women, and Homebody by Rupi Kaur. Marcus Zuzak's The Book Thief. Victor Hugo, Les Miserables. Mal's Last Answer by Lee Kanzier, I think. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And the collected works of the Bronte sisters. Okay, the Cruel Prince trilogy, I think. Oh, I do not know the name of the actual trilogy, but we've got Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. She's on the Money by Victoria Devine. You Will Get Through This by Daniel Howe. The Happiness Trap by Dr. Russ Harris. 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl by Mona Awad. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, very popular at the moment. Electra by Jennifer Saint. And The Branded by Joe Rishoni. We've got The Picture Maker by Penina Spenita. The Tile Cutter's Penny by Cassiel Moore. Freddie Neptune by Les Murray. And last but not least, Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. Okay, so the grand total of this horrific pile is 136 books, excluding the Cassie Clare art book. Oh my goodness. A few books I forgot to mention because I'm currently technically in the middle of all of them is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Robertson, Gleanings by Neil Schusterman, and A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too boring. The next video we're filming on the same day, and I'm going to be organizing this all completely differently to what I had before. Subscribe if you want to see that, and if you can recommend any of these guys for me to read next, feel free to comment. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you again.